Wise man, what did I say?
You said fix it and try to
And I did not say fix it to you, but I get to my bus, and what do I see? I see a viper on your neck. And this is what I'm talking about. We only got one wise man. We got two of you, and you sent him out there. And this is, I give you opportunities where you mess around, it's all fun. I'm the quarterback. No, I'm the backup quarterback. Audibles, hot routes. Yeet, no yeet. Yeet, no yeet.
Even if it's 8-bit. In Flames makes me happy. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh man. I am so sorry, guys. I meant to be up and at 'em before 7 o'clock. And my alarm did not go off, I think. Either that or I slept through it. So that is my bad. I feel terrible. I am so sorry. But we are here. You can't see it, but I'm pointing my finger. We are here. It's the important thing. Oh my gosh. So again, my bad. Let's see, who's all in the chat so far? Panzernot's here, so is Ginger, so is Gabe, so is Tally Matt, so is Leo and Ronan. I Mustn't Run Away is here as well. That's all I've seen in the chat so far. Oh, there's Columbia as well, at the very top. But he's heading to go see Alien Romulus. I'm a little jealous. So, I have bad news. I kind of, like, fucked the whatchamacallit, the reverse wash kind of bad. So, I've had to start over. And I basically told myself that at this point, given that it is taking me so long, I could end up fucking the plastic if I keep, like, cleaning it and then repainting it over and over again. Because it's just being hit constantly. with thinner, which weakens plastic. And it's like, you know what? I don't think I want to do that. So we are going to call the reverse wash a fail, which is kind of a bummer. I was actually kind of having fun with it, but it is what it is. And we're just gonna forge forward. And what we're gonna do today is this. We're going to use the water slide decals instead, and we're going to apply those, which will be interesting. I don't know if I've ever done these on stream before. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my cutting mat and set it down over here. So you guys can see it. So there we go. But yeah, you guys have seen it. You guys saw it with the gym when we tried to repaint the hand, and like I dipped it in thinner and then it just died, you know? And now it's got a Marasai hand and a gym hand, you know? It's like, what the fuck? But yeah. But I love water slides. Water slides are my favorite type of decal. Aside from that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else going on that I could talk about. Cyberpop is coming along really well in regards to the comic book realm. I think that we're close to 400 signups on the mailing list. Let me have a look at that. There's also some cool Inglewood stuff going on. Like I talked about, as with the money coming in from... I need to DM Hatman real quick. With the money coming in from... you know... Okay. Because we were getting sent a business debit from our bank. We had held off on it for a bit. But anyway, as the Inglewood stuff gets brought in, I gotta send like mailing stuff to Xavier, and then I'm gonna start buying books, and then they'll come here and we'll start doing signings. We are 2 signups away, just 2, on Cyberpop to get it to 400. Just 2. That's wild. We've had that mailing list up for what, Serena? About a month? If that? Like, that's wild. So that's exciting, to say the least. Oh, goodness. But, Inglewood stuff, though, I'm trying to think if there's anything I want to show yet. I've shown Serena some stuff, but one of the things that I have shown, I don't want to show the world yet. But I'm comfortable enough showing this off, at least. It still needs a couple of tweaks. But the new Saint logo is mostly done. And I am liking it for sure. So got that going on. I'm gonna talk primarily what I feel like yapping about as I've woken up is I'm obviously gonna talk about how to do water slide decals, And I'm going to go ahead and get the tools out and show you what they are real fast. Let me go ahead and switch my camera over. So for water slide decals, obviously we're gonna need some water, so I'm gonna go get that in a second. We have the decals themselves. You're gonna need your hobby knife. I recommend having a cutting mat, just so you don't fuck up your desk. The other thing you're gonna need is a set of tweezers. In this particular case, I have a very dainty, very sharp set here that I always keep the plastic cap on because I have stabbed myself with these several times. But you're going to need a pair like this. These are your best friends. You're also going to want some Q-tips, which as we've seen I have plenty of. I don't plan on airbrushing today, so I'm going to turn that off. But we're going to go ahead and get to work. And then if we get this done in time, I might go ahead and assemble the arms and the chest today. And then we'll have half the suit done. So I'm going to get up. I'm going to get a tasty beverage. I'm going to get some water. Yeah, the two aren't tied in right now because I need some sugar to help wake up. But I'm going to get that. And we'll go from there. I will be right back. Okay. Sorry about the wait, but I got what I needed. All right, let's move our camera here. I'm also going to shut my door. What am I thinking? I don't need my old man hand. I'm going to grab it anyway, fuck it. Ugh. Oh, goodness. There we go. Downside of the back injury. The back injury is pretty much healed at this point. But I'm still a little lazy, I'm not going to lie. Just a smidgen. Alright. So. I'm pretty stoked today, though. Just getting to sit down and work. Just relax. I love a good soda. Alright. So, I need the manual. And I'm not seeing it. That's not good. Did I put it back in the box? I think I did. Yes I did. Okay. Come here, you. How's the strike working out? I have to get a response from Sunrise within the next few days if the video goes back up. Okay. So let me go ahead and throw this here and kind of show you what I'm looking at. For those of you who have never done this before, I'm going to bring my camera down and turn on the ring light. to show you a couple of things. So, let me angle this so you guys can see it better. Have I ever built an EVA kit before? I have not. I have only done Gundams so far. I have a real grade Gao as well, but I have not touched it. Except for I painted the head once upon a blue moon. So, what they will show you in the instruction manual is these right here. Every sticker or decal will have a kanji associated with it. So you have to pay attention to what that kanji is and then apply it in the right place. So this one has this symbol right here. So what I'm going to do, I'll bring this up so I can see it. And let's look for this symbol. Which is not easy to see with the gold, so I have to actually hold this up to my face. Doesn't help that whenever I wake up, my eyes are really watery. Okay, so it's this one right here. And then we're going to grab this piece, which is right here. I've repainted this in gloss black. And now what we do well, I think what happened, Leo, I don't think that Sunrise, like, I think it was an automated flag. But I don't think that Sunrise believes that they have any sort of loyalty to any content creators for making videos, especially considering that review that I did was a -1. If it was manually flagged, my conspiracy theory is that it was flagged because it was a negative review. And because the movie is still fresh in people's minds and they have mostly gotten positive reviews for it, I think they're trying to make sure that negative reviews don't get out there. That's the conspiracy theory. I do not know if that is true, before anybody tries to quote me on that. But it is a possibility, because if you go onto YouTube, all the usual suspects who usually talk about Gundam shit gave it a positive review for some fucking reason. Okay, so there's that one piece, and then the next one is this one right here. So we just take our hobby knife and slice and dice. Okay. So we got that. We got our piece. And we're going to dip this in the water. I'm going to leave that for about 25 seconds. I'm going to bring the camera up again. Enjoyed the Punish video earlier. I feel like another character people don't understand is Rorschach. His own creator seems dumbed out of the HBO show, made a cult of racists using his masks. Yeah, that's the thing, is that I'm of the opinion that there are some people out there that are of a certain political persuasion that purposefully um, try to obfuscate why Rorschach is as popular as he is. And it's unfortunate because it's one of those things where if you thought about it, you could maybe get to understand somebody and why they like certain things and why they believe certain things. Art is supposed to be able to bring us together, but people seem to prefer to try to keep us apart, which is unfortunate. Which is why I say fuck those people. So we got the water slide here. Now comes the tricky part. Folding it over. And getting it in the right position. And I managed to get it in the right position pretty easily. At least most of the way. Thing is, it's not quite flat against the surface. So I'm going to take my fingers, kind of try to press it down, which is only kind of working. So what I'm going to do, this is another thing you can do to kind of get one's, these are going to be tricky water slides to do. Take a Q-tip, wet it up, bring it over here. Because I don't have any mark setter, which makes this whole process that much more difficult. Because the decal basically dried out. So we're going to wet it down again. Get back on there. Holy fuck, dude. This thing does not want to go on. I'm going to have to dip this in the water again. Not the best start, admittedly. But I think we're getting it. Why did I say that? So the tricky part that I'm having here is it's not wanting to stay on the right side or the left side of the piece. It keeps falling down. It keeps going everywhere. What is with this fucking decal, man? I've never had a decal act like this. Oh my god, what is going on with this thing? Okay. Oh my god, man. I actually have to pinch it. I'm literally pinching it on with my fingers and then making small adjustments with it. Not a fan. It still doesn't look that good either. And it's split. God damn it. Oh no. You know what? This might actually be a blessing in disguise. No, it's not. Fuck! It just will not stick. Holy cow, man. Like, this will just not go on. It refuses. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm going to have to consider this one a fail. God damn. Well, much as I hate to do it, we do have stickers as backup. Hey, Tokapunk. Let's go ahead and set that in there. And we're going to try to do the lower one. And basically, if it doesn't work out, we will use the stickers on certain parts. I don't want to, but if we have to, I will do it. But yeah, it's not the stickers that are the pain, it's the water slides. The water slide literally was not sticking, and it just fell apart. So I am not too happy with that. This kit has been a challenge, I will say that, on a lot of levels. And I am genuinely wondering maybe if just the Bandai decals just suck. It could be that. I might just need to buy some, like, good ones. We'll see what happens. Alright. Yeah, these decals fucking suck. Like, they're really bad. They do not adhere to the part. Because if I roll this with my Q-tip, is it gonna stay on that side? No, because it's sliding up and down. Look at that. They don't stick. The decals do not fucking stick. Oh my god. This is terrible. What the hell, man? They'll stick to my hand. They won't stick to the fucking part. Are they on backwards, maybe? No, because that side is not gold leaf. This is. What the fuck? Holy shit. That's embarrassing. Wow, man. Alright. Yeah, these decals are terrible. I might have to buy some. We might have to go online and find some. Because this is really bad. Like, I'm astonished. Like, let's get the big chess piece in here, right? Need some micro set and some micro sol. One helps bind the decal with plastic, the other settles it. Well, that's the thing, man. I usually don't need them. Like, most decals don't have this problem. I think I might have just got a bad set. You shouldn't, generally speaking, you shouldn't need it. It helps, but you shouldn't need it. It might be, maybe this kit was sitting on the shelf too long. I don't know. It's very possible that I just got a bad set. So yeah, let's try the big chest piece. I'm gonna let that set for about a minute. I would have thrown that part across the room. Yeah. While that sets in the water, I'm gonna look up real quick. MG Sinanju decals. album? This doesn't look like the full set. Just checking a couple of things here. That's the Sinanju Stein. Okay. There's some gold ones on Gun in Place and holographics, which I don't want. Okay, so I can get some if I need it. I have to buy paint thinner anyway. So okay. So this comes off as one big piece. Okay, this one we're having a little luck with. It's just getting it in the proper spot is not. God damn it! And then it goes again. Okay. Yeah, it's having a very hard time settling into place. It is like folding. It's not like one spot it'll flatten, but another spot it won't. Look at that. Like, and then just the instant you kind of touch it, it goes flying. This is really bad. And what's making this worse, yeah, because notice how the instant I set it, it's wanting to pull up immediately. These decals are bad. So basically, what's going on here with this one, and I'll show you the problem with it. These decals are just not well thought out. That should not be one big solid piece. It should be the outline and then the interiors. So that sucks. So what we're going to have to do, we're throwing out these decals. We're going to call that a fail. We're going to prep for reverse wash again. I'm going to try it one more time. And if that doesn't work, I'm just going to buy some better decals from Delpy. And we'll go from there. So that sucks. I'm trying to avoid using stickers as best I can. The big thing with when it comes to things like this is that you need to be willing to say, okay, this is not working. Because I've found, Ronan's talking about like how I'm not as frustrated. I am admittedly pretty pissed right now. But the big thing that I have learned with my own anger as the years have gone by is that oftentimes the best thing to do is to say to yourself, all right, let's reset. Because if you say to yourself, let's reset, then it's a lot easier to, do this. The other thing I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to do this with, instead of, well, actually that brings up a good question of whether or not rubbing alcohol will strip both layers of paint or not. We can test that real quick. Because I've got rubbing alcohol right here. Well, actually, yeah, it would strip it because it strips lacquers. So we're going to take the sticker sheet and we're going to throw it over here just in case we do have to use it. If we have to use the stickers, it's not a big deal. It'll still look good. It's just not the way that I would like it to look. But, that's just one of those things where I'm old and persnickety and I want something to look a certain way. So I'm going to go ahead and set my cutting board back over here. Take another sip of my Sprite. So, what we are going to do is we're going to grab our gold paint again. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're going to stick with the gold. And you know what? I don't want to throw all these decals away just yet because there is the shield piece that I would like to do if I have to. So I'm going to hold on to it. But that's unfortunate. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually do a few coats of the gold on these. I keep second guessing myself the instant I open this. So we're not going to do that. Yep, we're just going to leave it alone for now. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. It is what it is, though. They keep going back and forth in my brain. Do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this? Do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this? How do these stickers even look? Like, honestly. They look very plain, and they would stand out against the paint job. Yeah, fuck it. We're going to try reverse wash one more time. Sometimes you just gotta stay frag it and do what works. Also, I might do on because of the paint. I think your sentence got messed up there at the end. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to soldier on here. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Build. Frustrating. Having some troubles with it. We tried using the decals and they were bad. So we're going to try the reverse wash one more time. We're going to hit these pieces with, instead of 2 coats, we're going to do 3. 3 coats of gold. Yeah, it's a frustrating build, to say the least. I've enjoyed how the rest of it has come out, but this has been a bit rough. Tighten this up real quick. The water slides might not want to go on because of the paint. I've never really had that problem before with gloss paints, but I don't know, it's a possibility. Like I said, if this doesn't work, what I'm going to do is tonight I will purchase some new water slide decals, and then I'm also going to get some mark setter and stuff like that to help with the process. Alright, let's go ahead and turn on the fan. Ugh! And let's get to spraying. So coat number 1. Admittedly, also another thing I could do if worse comes to worse is I can always go ham with some masking tape and do it that way. Because I'm confident in my masking skills. You guys have already seen that. So if I have to do it, I'll do it. I just think that the reverse wash method is going to look a lot cleaner. you know? But that is just moi. No, no, Matt, you have nothing to apologize for. I have no issue with people throwing ideas at me as long as it's done politely, which you did. And at the end of the day, I might be wrong and you might be right. We'll just see what happens. Because at the end of the, like, when I think about it like this, it would be, if this doesn't work out, it's unfortunate because it's an expensive kit, but at the same time, it is still just a thing. It's still just a bunch of plastic. So getting super mad about it does nobody any favors. There are ways to do it. Like I said, if I have to use the stickers, it's not the end of the world. I can find ways to make it look good. Either that, or I gotta pick up a little bit of mark setter. I gotta pick up a little bit of, you know, stuff to set the decals better. Like, there's a bunch of ways to get it done, and I am perfectly comfortable doing any of them. So no worries. It is all good in the hood, my friend. I have the mechanical clear. I'm going to chrome the inner frame and gloss the clear, possibly do a couple panels clear red. Nice. That's a cool idea. Alright. So that's the first coat. Completely done. We're going to let that dry for a minute. Doesn't take long with the thinner I'm using. A Keyblade. Take a moment to have a beverage. But yeah, it's one of those things where, like, this happens, you know, stuff like this just happens. Some builds, they go perfect. Other builds take forever. It just depends on the kit. So my my whole thing is that if you let yourself get psyched out by what you're working on, you're kind of missing the point of doing Gunpla in the first place. Because doing Gunpla, it's supposed to be a relaxing hobby, you know? You start fucking spazzing out and shit. You know, you've kind of missed the point. And I will say, this project has taken a lot of paint to get done. But that's the thing about trying and failing, you know. Good Punisher video? Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. It was definitely one that I think Shirt Dude had a blast editing, because he was reading some of those Punisher comics for the very first time. I want to integrate more comic book oriented content into the channel. I just don't know if people want to watch it. So we'll see how it goes. So far, the views are in, like, I think it's like a few hundred so far after the first first hour or so. That's a really good start, you know, because I'm a smaller channel, so I don't expect it to get like thousands in a day. My Gundam stuff does that, you know. Everything else takes a little bit. But if it does well, I'm gonna try to do some more comic book oriented shit as well to balance it out. Hey Paradoxy, what's up? Because I do I'm a comic book writer. I love comic books. So I'm gonna talk about my passion. Hey Paradoxy, what's up? It is difficult, but it is fun. What kind of comics am I into? You know what? Here in a minute, I'll actually bust out some of my comics that I have here and show them off. I don't have a lot. A lot of what I have is digital. But to kind of go over, my favorite superhero of all time is Spider-Man. My favorite villain and comic book character of all time is Venom. From Marvel, I also really like the Avengers. They've always been my team. So I will freely admit, I've enjoyed every Avengers movie, including Age of Ultron, even though it had some problems. I still think it's got some bright spots, too. I just wish Ultron had been handled a little bit better. But he's still not bad by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, the Avengers are my team. I do like the X-Men as well, of course. What Marvel fan doesn't? I don't think I've ever met a Marvel fan that's like, nah, fuck the X-Men. I've never found that person. I might at some point. But, so with Avengers, I really like Thor. I really like Captain America. I really like Iron Man. Trying to think other ones that I've read that I really enjoyed. Black Panther, oddly enough, is another one of my favorite superheroes. Daredevil, I'm a big fan of Daredevil. Born Again is one of the greatest comic books of all time. And then, of course, I'm a big fan of The Punisher. I've always really liked Frank Castle as a character. I hate what Jason Aaron did to him. Jason Aaron fucked him up, basically for political reasons, which I think is a really bad reason to do that to a character. So, in my opinion, that guy turned himself into a hack immediately when he did that. But then again, Jason Aaron has fucked up a lot of things since he's been at Marvel. He's also fucked up the Avengers. He fucked up Thor. Because Jason Aaron is the guy who introduced Femme Thor, which was a mistake. So that's it from, like, Marvel. That's kind of my jam. I like the Fantastic Four as well. Fantastic Four is pretty great. Especially Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four. That, in my opinion, is the best Fantastic Four run ever. The whole Council of Reeds thing and stuff like that. Like, I'm being told I need to read Ultimate Spider-Man, which I will do at some point. Which Ultimate Spider-Man that's another Jonathan Hickman book. Because Zeb Wells is currently fucking up the mainline Spider-Man with his self-insert Paul. But, for DC, for me, it's like a thing about runs. I mean, it's like that for just about anybody when it comes to comic books, but, like, the runs that I really enjoy, I really like... I forget the name of Walt Simonson's wife, but she wrote Superman for a time, and it was really good. Because she wrote the lead-in to Death and Return of Superman. And Death and Return of Superman is a really good story, too. Which that ties into... the Paradox or Parallax storyline for the Green Lantern when Hal Jordan fell. That's a really good one. Though in hindsight, or back at the time it came out, a lot of people didn't like it. By extension, since we're talking Green Lantern, I really enjoyed Jeff Johns' run on that book. I'd argue it might be the best Green Lantern has ever been. I really enjoy... I think my favorite DC character, honestly, is probably Deathstroke. Which kind of says something when my favorite character in your whole universe is a villain. But, it is what it is. I think Slade's a great character. Did you know Stan Lee's favorite character in DC is Lobo? Is that actually true? That doesn't sound right. I'd have to read that in an interview or something. But, yeah, Deathstroke, the Marv Wolfman comics for Slade are really, really good. He did say that? Interesting. But yeah, Deathstroke, my favorite DC character, by and large. The Marv Wolfman run is really good. The Christopher Priest run on the book is even better, believe it or not. Which says something, because Marv Wolfman is one of the greatest writers of all time. But Priest is the most slept-on guy of all time. Whoa! Tyler Preston, $5 says, thoughts on the Noble Causes books. This is by Jay Faber. Like if you missed Fantastic Four Dynasty, I have never even heard of it. I'll have to look into it at some point. So what we're doing is just a third quick touch-up coat. Make sure we didn't miss any spots on this. Taskmaster versus Slade. Who wins? Slade. Eventually, Slade is going to outthink him. The big thing with Deathstroke, or rather the thing with the Taskmaster, Tasky is just a normal man. He's just a dude. Deathstroke is enhanced. The basic idea about Deathstroke is he is basically evil Captain America. Which was actually Marv Wolfman's intention with him. So when it comes to pure physicality, it's really hard to match the guy. So at some point, he's going to take that W and then some. Though it wouldn't be an easy fight by any stretch of the imagination. Taskmaster would inevitably lose. Ah. The other thing I would also argue is that Tasky relies way too much on his reflex abilities. And the fact he can psych people out with it.
Whereas the big reason that Deathstroke has always had such success against the Teen Titans is his ability to outthink them. Granted, he's outthinking a bunch of teenagers, so I don't know what that really says, but you get my meaning. But yeah, Slade is just a different animal. And the thing I like about him as a character is he has an obvious dark side that he struggles with. I mean, he was so fucking evil, he seduced a 16-year-old girl, I think it was. I don't remember how old Tara was at the time. But basically seduced her to use her as a tool against the Titans for his revenge. Like, Deathstroke is fucked in the head when he gets really dark. He's willing to do some pretty deplorable shit. But he doesn't like that about himself, you know. Deadpool does not win easily against Deathstroke. Deadpool wins eventually. And the reason Deadpool wins eventually because his healing factor is a lot better. Thoughts on the majority of Lolly's chat and comments disliking you and criticizing you? Is it really a majority? Is it? The way I've seen it when I've been in there, it seems like it's pretty neutral. There's a few guys who get pissy with me. There was one guy in there that, last time I was talking about stuff and I got into a bit of a disagreement with a gentleman because he was saying stuff about the Resident Evil 4 remake that just wasn't true, and I knew wasn't true. And I was like, he said something like, "There's no one-liners from Leon whatsoever in the book or in the comic or no, in the game." God, and I said, are you like, what game did you play? Because he drops one-liners all the time. And then he's like, "Oh, he's not sarcastic at all in the game." I'm like, "Yeah, he is. Like, you didn't play the game, did you?" And then he said another comment. I'm like, "You didn't play it." I'm like, so I just understand that the dude's just kind of, he's saying what somebody else, what somebody else basically told him is that, that was one of the things that was like a rumor from the Culture Warriors, is that, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Leon doesn't drop one-liners or anything else. It takes itself too seriously, blah, 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 blah. It's like, not really the case, man. But another gentleman used, like, the royal we when it came to, he's like, "We know your contrarian takes." I'm like, well, who's we? We is you. At least that's how I took it, is he's using the royal we. He's kind of got one dude had an inflated sense of himself. Many people, from what I've seen, comments don't really like you. Is there a video that I could reference to have a look at that? Because I'm curious as to what exactly is being said. Because if it's legitimate criticism, I'll take it to heart. If it's not, then we'll talk about it. But if you got a video that I could reference like that, I can look in the comments. People are shit talking me. I'll have a look at it, and we'll talk about it. Because the one thing is with me, I'm not afraid of conversation. I think some people are. I think if I showed up in Lolly's server, nobody would say shit to me. Honestly, that's just kind of how it goes. Lolly attracts all kinds of people. That's just the internet for you, but that is true. But yeah, I'll catch some shit from some people, but then there will be other people in there that talk very highly of me. You know, I think it's just one of those things where there's some people that have some sore feelings from when I was like prominent in Comicsgate. And because I was attached to Ethan for as long as I was, they have a negative feeling about me, which, you know, it is what it is. There's only so much you can do about it. My thing is that there's so many crazies. Well, and that's the general problem, is that's the internet for you. And my whole thing is that I don't suffer fools. And if you say something stupid, I'm gonna say that's dumb. Like, stop. Like, one thing is, like, people, like, Lolly constantly tells people, I'm not telling you to quit. I'm not telling you to quit. You know, because of some political thing or whatever. And he's obviously getting very frustrated with it. And I can understand his perspective completely, because I'm very much on the team of don't fucking quit. And also don't listen to the culture warriors, because they have no fucking clue what they're talking about. You know, stuff like that. And some people get pissed off at me because they don't like the fact that, you know, I'm willing to buck the trend. And it's just like, look, the fact of the matter is that there's a lot of these people who are like, it's all Jover, all that other shit, that honestly are too scared to take on life. And that to me is sad. I want to see people take on life. I want to see people go forward and succeed and do great things with themselves, not sit at home and just fucking waste away. But at the end of the day, if they want to sit around and live life through a bunch of content creators and listen to the culture warriors who have no fucking clue what they're talking about, you know, don't want to find things out for themselves, that's their decision. And at the end of the day, you have to respect it, even if you don't agree with it, which I admittedly do not. So I remember at one point somebody said, you know, do you watch this person or that person? My answer is always no, I don't. I'm not crazy, the voices say so. But yeah, I think that there's just some people, it's probably just a loud minority. They're mad at me for something. Because, like, one thing with me and Lolly was, like, with that stream when I was in that chat, I'm like, there's a lot of people in here who've never played the Resident Evil remakes. They have no fucking clue what's in them. And Lolly agreed with me. I think people just aren't happy about that. When they don't realize, like, before Lolly made his channel, he was a regular viewer of Micah and the Hat Man. He has known me for years as a content creator. And when it came to me publishing his comic book, he jumped at it. And that's going to bug some people for whatever reason. But one thing they're going to find when it comes to navigating the world of crowdfunding, he doesn't have a better ally. Everybody else would steer him the wrong way and have him do stupid shit. I'm gonna make sure he succeeds. When you talk like this, I feel like you're gonna bring out your dusty. Oh, so you want me to start talking like the American dream, Daddy? You see, whenever you take criticism from some people, you gotta understand that there's a possibility that they just don't understand that you're the one who's gone through them hard times, Daddy. And you gotta stay strong in your beliefs. Because there's always those people out there, Daddy, that are going to talk a bunch of mess about you like that Ric Flair. If I tell you you are handsome, would you slap me and call you stupid? No, I don't think I'm a bad-looking guy. I just think that my age is catching up to me. You know, I'm getting old. Like, my hairline is basically gone. I mean, look at that. I'm like, am I at a 5 head yet? No, I'm not. But, you know, I'm getting close. Something just went flying. Hold on a second. What was that? Was that a piece on one of the sticks? I don't know what that was. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what that was. It wasn't a piece of gunpla, though. At least I don't think. Oh, yes it was. It was a piece I've had on the sticks for a while now, and now I don't know where it went. Uh-oh. That is not good. I will have to search for that later. Wait a sec. There it is. Okay, I found it. We're good. It wasn't what I thought it was. But yeah. I don't really take like statements like that personally either, because they might be mad at something from years ago. And I'm always willing to talk it out. But other people sometimes are not as willing, which again is unfortunate. But you know, some of them might be also black-pilled and I'm not. That might piss them off. Because my philosophy is that life is hard, life is tough, but in the end, life is worth it. And the dumbest thing you can do to yourself is to not live it. Who was the biggest smoker in fiction? Nick Fury. I don't understand the black pill mindset at all. What is the black pill mindset? Nihilism. Give up, don't do anything, nothing is worth it ever. Just live life for yourself and nothing else. And the problem that I have with it is that the content creators that speak that bullshit oftentimes are doing it just to grift off of young men who are losing their direction in life. And I don't like that. Because the one thing that I noticed, and I remember telling a guy this that was in my Discord server at a time, as I told him, I said, you don't realize you're being grifted. You're not thinking about it, because you're not thinking. You're letting someone else think for you. Ooh, I might have to hit this with multiple coats. And I really don't want to. Actually, looks like just a little touch up on a couple spots. Nothing too terrible. But anyway, I think that might be the one thing that frustrates me the most about it, is that people will try to dismiss your opinions as like, oh, you're just shilling or blah, 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 blah. It's like, bitch, you're the one listening to a content creator that is saying that everything is terrible, but go play this game that is funded by the Chinese government. The fuck? Where do you think all this shit comes from? You're literally spending hours playing a waifu game that gives money to a communist government that wants to downfall the country that you live in. Stupid. That's one thing that just gets my goat, man. It's sort of like the whole thing of why I told people I was never going to play Stellar Blade. It's like, I'm never going to play Stellar Blade because it was funded by Tencent. The company that developed it is owned by Tencent. I'm pretty sure that same company is behind Nikkei. Which would mean that Tencent owns Nikkei, a chunk of Nikkei too, meaning that every time you give that game money, you're giving money to communists. The fuck are you doing? You might not like Resident Evil anymore, you might not like this or that, but I'll tell you what, it's not funding a government that has literal fucking death camps. I'm just saying. I might have a better point than you think. And that's what I say to some of these detractors who are in the culture warrior weeds, as it were. But yeah. It's one of those things, man. I saw the writing on the wall with the culture war a while ago. Well, unfortunately, guys, we are back at square one when it comes to these parts that we were going to work on today, but it's okay. Part of the learning process, right? So now I'm going to look at some stuff, and we're going to chat for a bit. While I do some things in the office. Because one thing I'm curious about is where I put my capture card. Because what I did was I took my there we go. I took my PlayStation and I put it in here. But I don't know where I set my capture card. So I'm going to have to go looking for that at some point. But the big thing is that for Halloween, I want to do, I want to play through Bloodborne. So, because I've never finished it. Goodness. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's look at something. So this is the sticker sheet, or the decal sheet. This is really good. Because you'll notice this is the difference between this and the other one is that each piece has been sectioned off instead of being one big, like, blob. This is really good. You know what? Am I logged in? Hold on a second. Do you know the ending of Bloodborne? No, I do not, so please do not spoil it. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up. Hold up. No fucking way. They have it in stock? God damn it. Someday I will get to do this. This is the Sinanju Stein Verka conversion kit from Yuja Land. And it basically converts it into a Gundam. One of these days I might do this. Maybe. I've never done a resin conversion kit before. Okay. So I'm liking what I'm seeing with this. Black Sinanju does not look that good, but the decals look solid. I think they painted it black just to show off how nice the decals look. They match this gold paint, though, perfectly. It's like a gold yellow. In which case I might have to repaint some parts to match it, but I don't give a shit. This looks really good. Ooh, I like what they did with this here. I might do something similar. We'll see. It's such a sexy looking mobile suit. So here's on red. God damn, this is candy coated. You can tell just by looking at it. Those decals look really good. They look really, really good. Gosh, it's gorgeous looking. Let's look at the sheet itself, though. Yeah, because you can see here, like, look how separated out those are. That's so much better than the normal Bandai one. Look at that. That's going to be so much easier to apply. Gosh. Pink. And then let me see if they have got leveling thinner. Hobby supplies, paints. Mr. Hobby. In stock. Okay, so they have Mr. Color Leveling Thinner in... Is that all they have? It might be. Thank you. It just says, ha ha ha, I get to do this. Thank you, dude. Making poor Puru run away from gunfire. How dare you? Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, goodness. I'm trying to see if they have other thinners in stock. You know what? I could make this so much easier on myself. Mr. Color Thinner. Okay, so they do have the normal stuff in there. Oh, they're out of stock. Fuck! Because I need more of the regular stuff. Oh well. Not a big deal. Alright, so we've got that in the cart for now. So, I'm going to try to strip that paint tonight while I'm working on stuff. Oh, you get the GPO4. Dude, I want to get that. I hear that RE100 GPO4 is incredible. I definitely want to get my hands on it at some point. I don't know if I showed this. My desktop is actually the next mobile suit we're working on. So. But anyway, what was I going to look at? Oh, I was going to look up... Okay. I'm curious about something. Nikkei. Okay, so Goddess of Victory Nikkei. Go to the Wikipedia article. Shift up, level infinite. Yup, level infinite. Guess what the level infinite fucking link took me to, guys? Take a wild guess. Told ya! I'm gonna take a victory lap. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, I knew, the American dream knew that it was going to either be owned by Tencent or that son of a bitch, Ric Flair! So yeah, this is constant. All these fucking culture warriors tell you, give up, stop buying Japanese games. Stop buying Western games. Only fucking, only do your fucking waifu games, which are all owned by fucking Tencent, the Chinese government, the actual fucking communists. Do with your money as you will, but I'm taking the victory on this one. Told you. I fucking told you. Okay. Servant requested that I bust this out. Yeah. I can't even see the camera. That's how big this fucking box is. So yes, this is the Reborn 1100 Nightingale. This box, this was given to me by Servant. This box is as big as the Master Grade Saza base. It's also kind of dusty. Let's brush that off. It's been sitting in my bedroom for a while now. And the thing that's going to be challenging about it is the size of some of the parts. That's a serrated one. I don't need that. In fact, the price sticker is on here. It costs $87.99. It is a pricey boy. Look at that. Look at the size of that fucking thing. It is huge. It also has the same beam effects from the Sotheby too. And then here's its tail binder. It's going to take a while to paint. This is going to be an effort, to say the least. Now, real quick, I'm going to go ahead and sit this over here. I also actually managed to find some water slides for it. Couldn't get them in gold though, so we'll be using a metallic yellow instead, just so it matches. Also, forgot this was sitting here. My very first comic. I hate it that this chair is doing that now. Hold on. I just found it. It's been sitting here this whole time. My guiding moonlight. My capture card. Should we set it up? Oh no. I don't think I have a USB 3. I might have to buy one. Or the only one I have in my apartment is my phone charger. I can't take that off. Hold on a second. One sec. I need a USB-C cable. Oh, they're cheap. Okay. There's a 3-pack for $5. Bam. And I get it by Monday. Who was messaging me? Okay, so what we're going to do, we're actually going to hook this up real quick before we take off. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually take the capture card. We're going to switch some cables around. Hopefully this doesn't fuck up the broadcast. Fingers crossed. Oh, actually, it might. First, we're going to move our geese. Ah. Trays don't go falling over on me. Now, what we're going to do, so we got our very small HDMI cable, right? Well, what I have on my main monitor here is I have a switcher. We're going to unplug that incredibly long USB cable that I have. And we're going to take the shorter one instead. Plug it in. So this way I don't have this big ass cord just sitting around dragging the switch everywhere. I want it close and tight to my PC. Perfect. Beautiful. Okay, so that's good to go. So, what I have here, let me actually angle my camera over so you guys can see what I'm doing properly. See my messy ass desk. So this is my setup. Let me show you guys real quick. So, spare t-shirt. But over here, we've got, from right to left, Lysol bottle, because I was cleaning my desk last night. This is my PS4 Pro. This is from yesterday. I'm doing a lot of writing this week, so I'm not going to do a lot of cooking, so I'm basically going to be living off of Hot Pockets. But we have this. We have my audio switcher. This is my switchboard right here. This connects my microphone and does all my levels and stuff. If I ever want to like record music with my bass, I can just plug it right in here, and it can still hear it through the same audio source. Have my scanner and printer right here. Monitor 1, monitor 2, and as we continue to go to the left, this is the webcam. See, I'm waving. Hi. And then, look, you guys can see yourselves, because this is my third monitor. This is my OBS monitor right here. Then we have trays and Zex over there. So yeah. But anyway, what I'm doing, so you guys can see what's up, is it's a pretty cool desk setup, right? At least I think it is. I'm pretty proud of it. Worked very hard to get my hands on all this. So, this is my friend for breakfast. This is an orange peeler. But and yes, I'm maybe Liam Gray had a point. Maybe I am gay. I have a candle. Smells good too. I might like that later. Yeah, I will freely admit I like candles. I don't care. I like incense too. I like the smell. But anyway, so here's our capture card. Wah. It's a pretty simple one. This one actually outputs to 4K though, if you want to, which I don't. But what we're gonna do is we need our signal in right here, our signal out, and then the USB cable, which we don't have because, you know, phone charger, right? And then audio in and audio out if you want them. And what I will be doing whenever we play this is I'm actually going to have the auxiliary cable hooked up to a set of headphones that I'm going to wear. Because I want to have Bloodborne in my fucking ear hole. So what we need to do is we need to take the PlayStation's HDMI cable, which is right here. And we're going to put this as our input in. And then we're going to grab, well, I guess we're going to have to use a big thick ass fucking cable for, what is this? Oh, this is my spare printer cable. I'll throw that over there for a second. But then we're going to take this USB or this HDMI cable right here, and we're going to plug this in here to the secondary output, and then plug this in there. So that way, and we're going to hide the capture card back here behind the mixer. Because the capture card does not need to be fiddled with right now. So now all I have to do to switch over to the PlayStation feed, let's turn it on. All I have to do is hit one button. Now it's not going to show because the capture card's not getting any power, but just hit one button and it goes back over. So, pretty cool setup, right? All right, on that note, we are going to go ahead and close it down for the night. Thank you, everybody, for dealing with my fuck-ups today. I'm going to go get some food. I actually did not eat breakfast before I came in here. But thank you to everybody who super chatted, especially. You guys threw a lot of money at me today, and I hope that I'm deserving of it. So thank you to Ronan, Servant, and who threw the first one? Hold on a second, I'll find out. I feel bad if I don't shout you out. Oh, Tyler Preston as well. Thank you so much for that. You all have yourselves a great rest of your evening. Hold on a second. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to check to see if somebody is live to redirect to them. Wally is live. We're going to redirect to him. So give me a second to figure this out. Don't go anywhere. Okay. So we're going to go over to Lolly and say hi to Lolly. So everybody let him know that you came from here. I'm going to go get some food. I will catch you guys on the flip side.